So, now the same in English. Alright, today we have something special here. I have a reproduction of the fourth Maya Codex. You know the three Maya Codexes, Codex Dresden, Paris, Madrid. And there is another Maya Codex, now we know it's authentic. We know that since 2018, 2 years ago, there was an investigation by the INA Institute and University of Boulder, Colorado. So this is the facsimile of this codex, formerly called the Grolier Codex. Was made public to to everybody in 1971 during an exhibition of the Grolier Club in New York. Now the facsimile you can see on the internet, it's nothing special. The special thing is this new drawing I made, because now we have the same codex complete. And not only 10 plates or 10 pages, but all 20 pages. So the part we have preserved starts here. Alright, so that would be pages number 9 to 18 of the original codex. 9 to 18, so there are 8 pages missing. We always knew that. Since Michael Coe, we always knew that the original codex had 20 pages at least. So I took the liberty to make use of the time machine again and to draw the missing 10 pages. So it's complete now, which is very nice because it's actually useful. We have the complete Venus pages. 20 pages in this case. In the Dresden Codex it's 5, because 4 faces of Venus are on one plate in the Dresden Codex. But here we see that from the day count, 1 year of Venus occupies 4 plates. So a real Venus calendar has to cover 5 Venus years, and times 4 faces, 4 times 5 is 20 plates. So now it's complete. So how does it work in detail? So the Venus count starts on this day 1 Achau. So the month position is my invention, if you like. To this day 1 Achau you have to add 236 days. And this number we find here on top. We have in this bundle 16 days, okay? That's 5 bars, 1 dot, 16, and 11 red dots. Those are to be multiplied by 20. So 11 times 20 is 220 plus 16, 236 days. If I add 236 days to a day 1 Achau, I will arrive at the day 3 Kip, which I will find on the very first plate. So we go to the beginning of the codex, and here it is, 3 Kip. On this day Venus starts its phase in superior conjunction. Well, it starts a phase of invisibility, which the Maya said lasts 90 days. In reality it's a bit less. And this number 90 is expressed here. We have the number 10 plus 4 red dots. 4 times 20 is 80 plus 10, 90. And adding 90 days to the day 3 Kip, I will arrive at the day 2 Kimi. And this is when the phase starts, phase of Venus as evening star, which, by the way, in this codex is always pictured as the death god, or god of the underworld. The phase of evening star lasts 250 days. That's why we have number 10 plus 12 red dots. 12 times 20, 240 plus 10, 250. And we'll arrive at the day 5, Keep. On this day, Venus will start to be invisible again. It will enter inferior conjunction. Well, the Maya probably would have said it starts descending into the underworld. Okay, to reappear 8 days later, which will be 13 Can. So on this day, Venus will reappear as morning star. So this whole operation will do 5 times, because it's 5 Venus years. If you add 236 plus 90 plus 250 plus 8, it's 584. Times 5 is 2,920. So in the end, you get to the day 9 Achal. Now it's a different day position. You have to repeat this operation of going through 5 Venus years 13 times in order to arrive at exactly the same position. 1 Achal, and I say the month position has to be 8 Yash. So it's 13 times 5 Venus years, it's 65 Venus years or 104 solar years. So that means this codex, by this design, is an endless codex. You can always use it. Well, there's a little detail that an error will accumulate, so at some time you will have to do a correction. But if the Venus year was exactly 584 days, 0.00, you would have been able to use this calendar for hundreds of years. So far the design is no problem. Every Maya expert knows how it works. The problem starts with this month position. In the Venus tables of the Dresden Codex, we have a month position for every phase. So everything is clear in the Dresden Codex. That's why we know the base date, which is 1 Achal 13 Mark in the Dresden Codex, corresponds to the year 1000, or let's say 1227. In this codex, if you look at the original especially, we do not have one single month position, so that's the big problem here. We know from the radiocarbon investigation that the codex is actually the oldest Maya codex. It dates to somewhere between the years 1020 and 1160, approximately. So the base date must be in this time frame somewhere. And there was an investigation by a Mexican specialist epigraphist, by Dr. Eric Velasquez Garcia, and he said, okay, I think the most probable date for the base date, 1 Achal, is 1 Achal 18 Wo, which corresponds to the long count position 10, 15, 4, 2, 0. If we calculate it to our calendar, well, let's say to the Julian, which is more practical to use it in an astronomical program, the Julian date would be in the morning of 7th of December 1129, which is within the time frame of 1020 to 1160 approximately. I'm not very fond of this date, of this suggestion, for one very important reason. On this day, it was not possible to see Venus. Not yet. A few days later, but not on this date. And I've made another suggestion. My suggestion is about 6.5 years later, for the long count date, Gen 15, Gen 11, 0, Wanachau 8 Yash. That's why I made the drawing of the month position 8 Yash. The precise date would be the morning of the 4th of May, 1136. On this day, which also coincides with the import date, Wanachau, it was much easier to observe Venus. Because the problem for this codex is, this is not a codex painted in Yucatan. This codex appeared in a cave in the north of Chiapas, which is a mountainous area. If you have mountains, you have to wait longer until Venus appears over the horizon. Well, it may appear over the horizon, but you don't see it because of the mountains. So, with that date of 1136, it works very well. Everybody can check it for themselves. It doesn't work with the suggested date for 1129. So that's the short explanation of the new codex, formerly called the Grolier Codex, now officially called by Maxim authorities Maya Codex of Mexico, which is a bit of a strange name. And I've made the complete codex. Half of it is my invention, if you like. So I gave it a new name anyway. It's called Codex Lacambalam.